When the last time you've seen it? I'll wait. It's been a minute. When the last time you seen Big Future wish Lil Future a happy birthday? I wait. It's been a minute. Mama said we can't just blame the sisters. Men are vicious when it comes to attacking black women. I mean, I feel like it goes both ways, but it starts with black women, though, Mama. We got to stop pointing the fingers at these men, cause yes, they do. But black women, we gotta hold each other accountable, because that's one thing I do feel that the men do have a point on. Hold we don't hold each other accountable, or we don't hold ourselves accountable for the things that we say. You know what I'm saying? Kelly Price, like she said, she was attacked, and again, this is off subject. Kelly Price said, she feels like black women are nasty and disrespectful people. Clarissa Shields, the boxer, she is always on the internet talking about how black women are always putting her down. But again, we talked about that. So I would say, yes, mommy, you have a point, but it starts with us. We gotta fix the stuff with us. You know what I'm saying? Before we could go over and try to fix these black men, because these black men, we could say that all day to them, but they ain't gonna hear us if we doing it to one another. They like, y'all do it to yourselves. So why I need to stop? I'm just saying. So it starts with us, and we have to stop it. Um, Tech said hood ninjas always defend their toxic nature because they often refuse to see the bad in themselves and work on it. My own father was the same man who didn't take any accountability. Hey auntie. And it's a damn shame. Auntie, we're talking about Ciara and Russell Wilson hyphenating Little Future's name and putting the Wilson at the end. So he still has Big Future's last name. They just added the Wilson. And I say rightfully so, because if Russ is the one out here playing football, going to the football games, going to the PTA meetings, why? And again, I commend him, because how many men do you know is stepping up? And there's some of you on here who have done that. Tizzle is a prime example of a man stepping in another man's place. Salute to you, Tizzle, all day. I always tell you that, because he didn't have to, but he took on the responsibility, because that's what a fucking real man does. Steps up to the plate. So I will never say Russell is a lame for handling his business. Baby Barack said, that's some BS. You don't take away his name because you mad at the pops. That's his son. Russ needs to fall back and play his role with his lame ass. Okay, let's talk about it. Baby Barack. So you don't like the fact that they added Wilson to Lil Future's last name, even though, when is again the last time you seen Big Future with Lil Future? I'll wait, because Russ is the one holding it down. Russ is the one showing him the way. I don't see Future at all, so I'm not mad about him. And why do you feel like he should fall back when the daddy ain't stepping up to the plate? I'm just curious. Mama said, Baby Rock, she didn't take his name. And Mama said, Baby Rock, name away, just added Wilson to his name. Don't think Future even cares. And Auntie said, I applaud her. Child still has Future's last name. Doesn't Future have like 8,000 children? 8 to be exact, Auntie. 8 to be exact, Auntie. And Baby Rock said, Mama, the boy is not a Wilson, so she should respect that regardless. Okay, Baby Rock, I really do want to talk, Baby Rock, because I understand where you're coming from. She should respect it, but what has Future done for little baby Future? You know what I'm saying? Russell, to me, acts more of little Future daddy than Future act like the daddy. If that makes sense. So why? Why can't he share that name? Why? And like I said, Russ didn't have to step in and play the father role. He didn't have to do that. But he chose, and had no kids, mind you. Let's Let's rewind. Russ was married before he married Ciara. Russell Wilson was married to a whole YT woman before he married Ciara. I remember the day he got drafted because I was like, oh, I will never support this man. Sorry, I didn't like it. And then I was like, oh, she a old looking YT. She wasn't nothing cute about her. So I understood why he divorced her. And then he went to that black side and never went back. Got him Ciara, and I loved it. So, but the fact that he stepped up, okay, that's that. That's why I could never say he's lame. Mama said Baby Brock Future is not a father. He is a sperm donor. Absolutely. Auntie said, where's the disrespect? He still got his daddy's last name. Auntie, I'm trying to figure out where the disrespect is too. Super Pat said, Ciara trying to start stuff. Okay, Super Pat, let's talk. Because I knew it would be some of y'all that felt this way. Why do you feel like she's trying to start? Because she added the will. So allegedly, the Wilson has already been added to the name. This is not nothing new. This is just something I guess folks have just caught on to. So the name has already been changed. So why do you feel like she's starting stuff? Tizzle said, there's nothing worse than a father who doesn't do ish and then complain when the mother does what she has to do or does what's right. Future does not put his kids first. He puts being a star first. There you have it. Mama said, Auntie, exactly. And Auntie said, no, Future should have respected his role as being a father. That part. Thank you, Auntie. You took the words right out of my mouth. Hey, Mr. Awesome. Mr. Awesome is on Twitch. He said Future's still out here making music. Right. And probably some more babies. Okay. I'm just saying though. New folks, I'm not sure who's on here. We're talking about part 2 of our conversation from yesterday because I was having internet issues, but we're back today. Part 2 of our conversation. So, we were talking about Ciara and Russell Wilson adding Wilson to Little Future's last name. Now, mind you, I said added. Okay, I didn't get rid of Big Future's last name. Added it on top of it. So again, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where is the disrespect because all she did was add the name. Mama said there is more to being a dad than making a baby. I'm just saying. Super Pass said let the kid turn 18 and he can decide on his own. Okay, I didn't think about it from that perspective. But Super Bad, what if the dad is a deadbeat? And I'm not saying Big Future is a deadbeat because I don't know exactly what he does. But what I do know is I don't see him with Little Future. I don't remember the last time he wished Little Future a happy birthday. I'm just saying. So, do you still feel that way if the father is not in the child's life? Is my question. Baby Barack said, don't matter what we see in public. We don't know what Future does for his son. She should have picked a... See, and this is where I always have a problem because why do we always got to point the finger back at the person who... I mean, it takes 2 to tango, Baby Barack. She did just lay down and had a baby by herself, and I understand, yeah, she should have picked better, but listen, women, we go through stages of men. Different men that we like. You know, some go through a bad boy phase where they like bad boys. I don't know if that's what Ciara's MO was and she was going through a phase where she's like, hey, let me date him. But at the end of the day, we're all dating and trying to figure out who is the right person for her. So I'm not knocking her for dating Future. That's what she wanted to do. So she should have picked a better baby daddy. If Russ stepped up, good for him. But he needs to fall back following her up. Okay, why do you feel like he needs to fall back, Baby Brock? I'm just curious. Auntie said, let Ciara and Russell live. That's what I'm saying, Auntie. Tex said, Future is a star amongst toxic people because they trauma bond with his music of dogging hoes and making fun about it. That part. And Mama said, exactly, Tizzle. Super Pat said, how did it get publicized? Ciara taking shots at Future being petty. Well, there's a lot of stuff that gets publicized and we don't know how. Like, look at Thugger in these damn jail phone calls, baby. I guarantee you Thugger had no idea that when he came out that all of his business was going to be out in the street about him talking about folks. So if it's a will, it's a way. Folks will get all up in your business, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you a celebrity. So, and I'm pretty sure Thug over here wondering how them jail tapes got leaked. I know he probably like, who did it? Somebody got it out for Thugger. That's all I can say. I don't know who Thugger. Oh no, he done pissed off a lot of people. But somebody want Thugger head real bad. They ain't playing with him. They on his neck. They is not playing with Thugger. So, um, Auntie said so when he turns 18, he could decide if he will keep it hyphenated or just go with Wilson. Was that a question, Auntie, or was that a statement? I'm saying if the daddy ain't in the life, what does it matter? But Tex said when you mess with men who have a good mentality, you good hood results, and this is only proof that Future, who is 30 plus, only operates in toxic environments. He's been shading Russell since the beginning. Hood mentality. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got what you were saying. Hey, S Squad Studios. Baby Barack said, that's disrespectful to any man for a woman to add another man's name to his. Y'all judging him by what you hear on social media. You don't know what type of dad he really is. She is messy. Again, though, I guess I'm trying to understand. Hey, Destiny, I guess I'm trying to understand how this makes her messy. I would say she would be messy. Ciara would be messy if she completely took his name off the birth certificate. That's messy. That's something Diddy would have did if I wanted to get petty. Oh, I'm going to show your ass something today. You don't got to be on this birth certificate pimping. Take you right on out. Now, that's messy, but she still kept his name on, and y'all still want to call her messy. Mama said, again, I don't hear Future mad about it. 1985, just the person I wanted to talk to, because you had some things that you said about Ciara yesterday. And I would like, hey, boo, I would like for you to reiterate what you said yesterday. If you don't, 1985, if you're not busy and you would like to pop on here, I would love for you to, because I know you had some things to say, because we're back on part 2 of this topic yesterday of Ciara and Russell changing Lil Future's name to Wilson, hyphenated. Now, mind you, he still has Big Future's last name. It's just hyphenated to Wilson. Folks got a lot to say about it today. Baby Rock said it's disrespectful. Super Pat said that Ciara is trying to wanna be something. Okay, I'm done. It was a statement. Okay, Auntie, thank you. It's the Pope 49. How are you? Did you get what we were talking about? It's the Pope 49. I know it was a lot, and I know I could talk fast sometimes. But yes, we're talking about part 2 of our conversation from yesterday with Ciara and Russ. Esquire Studios said he knew was gonna on tell you when on the phone. Okay, I don't understand what you're saying. Rewrite that, Esquire. I apologize. He knew what's going on. Oh, he knew what's going on. It tells you when on the phone. Oh, okay. He knew what was going on. It tells you when you. Okay, I got what you said, Esquire. Got you. Hey, Tori. Tech said Future has been shading Russell since the beginning of the relationship. What people post is often a true depiction of how they feel. Future needs to grow up. It's about the kids, not the pettiness. It is about the kids. And I'm with Tizzo. I do remember he was a bitter baby father. Because y'all like to say bitter baby mamas. You can be bitter baby fathers too. So let's not play that game. But yeah. He definitely wasn't happy about the relationship. And I kind of feel like because she is now with Russell, and again, I don't know what he does with them other 8 kids because he's got a baby with one of Bow Wow's baby mamas. I don't know if he's in that child's life or what. You know what I'm saying? What his position is in these kids' lives. But he definitely gave off bitter baby daddy vibes in the beginning when she did. And I'm worried that because, he don't really care for Russell is the reason why maybe he don't have a relationship with his kid, because you know how that could go. Like, oh, well, your mama decided to get married again, so you got a new daddy, so I'm good. I'm over here. You holler at me when you want to holler at me, and he the daddy, Esquire said, a man led by God will outlast a man led by ego. Say it again. Okay, I like that. Mama said, I think if he was involved that she would not. I think so too. That's what I'm trying to say. I think so too. I think if Big Future was playing his position, we wouldn't even be sitting here discussing it. We wouldn't. Who do you see Lil Future with? It's Russ. Who you think popping up to them PTA meetings? Russ, I'm sure. When you've seen Big Future at Lil Future, a baseball game, a football game, and I know it's social media, and I know everything don't go on social media, but he ain't got no problem posting nothing there. You feel what I'm saying? Um, Baby Barack, hey Pat, Baby Barack said, regardless of how sorry we may think Future is, that is still his son. She needs to accept her poor decision to have his kid and allow him to carry his father. But did he accept his decision to be a deadbeat daddy though? Baby Barack? Did he accept his decision to be a bit? Because again, I'm just saying, because these celebs, they like to post all their business on social. I don't see, you know what I'm saying? When the last time you seen Big Future wish Little Future a happy birthday? That's small. Hey Tasha. Text said Future posted, I wish I cared. There you have it. Everybody else mad. And Tizzle said Future posted, I wish I cared. What does that say to you about your about him as a father? Even though that he donated his sperm, he played himself out the position and is playing himself out the position. Tex said he doesn't have a clue on how to be a parent. It sucks for the kid. Future needs to grow up. He does. Auntie said Future was okay with her being single and having his kid. But as soon as she got into a positive relationship, Future got messy. Forget him. Exactly. Because if she was with another toxic rapper, we should probably be like, oh, that relationship gonna be over 2.5 seconds. He wouldn't care. But it was Russ. Clean cut, straight, narrow guy. Okay? Again, ain't nothing y'all can say on this thing that will ever make Russ lame to me when he stepped up to the plate and took on another man's responsibility. Could never be a lame to me because he didn't have to do it. He didn't have no kids. He didn't have to do it. And I'm probably sure his family, his mama and dad, son, go have your fun with this. Don't marry that girl. Come on now. Even though, again, I've been in 1985. I really want you to come on here because of what you said yesterday about Ciara being a pass around and that Russ basically was the cleanup man. Because that's what you said. So, Tasha, not too much. We're talking about Ciara and Russell Wilson changing Little Future's last name to Wilson, but kept Future, Big Future's name. So they hyphenated it. So it's Future's last name plus Wilson. Auntie said, and Future is the messy type. Yes, he would have posted these moments. He was with it. Exactly. Exactly. And I ain't trying to make no excuses. Baby Brock said Wilson being a good father isn't the question and doesn't justify adding his name to another man's son. Russell is so lame for letting her talk him into something like that. I don't think he's lame for Baby Brock. Wilson being a good father isn't the question and doesn't justify. But it does justify it because Future's a deadbeat. And you still, Baby Rock, would it be okay if Future was a deadbeat? I'm just saying. If he was a deadbeat and not in this child's life, would it then be accepted? Would it then be acceptable for her to do this? If Future just, but you're saying the fact that I guess I'm not getting it. 1985 said the name change was for Russ, not the child. Okay, Baby Rock, why do you? Okay, is this you, Baby Rock? 1985. Why do you say that? The name was for Russ and not for the kid. I'm curious. Why do you feel like that? This is a good conversation. Why do you feel like that? Baby Rock, come to the front of the pulpit today, friend. Come to the front of the pulpit today, friend. Come on, friend. Come to the front of the pulpit. Okay, so I need you to answer my question, Baby Barack. If he was a deadbeat, what does even matter?
It wouldn't matter regardless. That's somebody else's son, whether he's a deadbeat or fucking in jail, locked up, dead, whatever. He belongs to somebody else. Because her shit is so public and she on her bullshit because she made a mistake and had a kid from somebody that she wish she didn't. Doesn't justify her saying, well, I'm going to add this man's name because he's taking. That's bullshit right there. That's disrespectful. At the end of the day, that man still belongs to Future, whether he's the sorriest bastard on earth or the best father in the world. The mother and the father had an issue, and now she's taking that shit to another level by doing that. That's real petty. Real petty. And Russ, like I said, he's lame as a man. You ain't, look, man, I've taken care of somebody else's son for 12 years. I would have never changed his name or added mine to his if we gotten married. That's bullshit. He needs to know who his father is, what role I played, what role his father played, and be done with it. You know what I mean? But she's making those decisions for him, and that's going to just taint little man to feel in a certain way. Like, let him make his own decisions about how his father is or what he's doing or not doing. But her doing that is setting that tone already. You know what I mean? Like, that's bullshit.
So I want to ask you another question because 1985 brought up a point. He said the name change was for Russ and not the kid.
I believe that.
You feel like that?
I believe that because he's just stroking his ego, hyping him up, making him more than he needs to be. And he's not that type of dude. Like, if that man sent some goons to come see his ass, you know what I mean? Over some, like all that back and forth, he needs to dead that, all that social media beefing and all that. He's Russell, that's Future. You got her now. Like, I agree with 1985 said yesterday. She was a pass around.
Oh my goodness, no.
Because he was the lame one to come in and clean it up and fix her shit up.
Wait a minute. What made her a pass around, no? What made her a pass around?
She been around the way, right? He ain't the first dude and all that. Like, first of all, for her to even jump in the Future, like, that shit looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she should have knew what she was getting into fucking with somebody like that.
I mean, but you do understand that we all go through phases of people that we are interested in, right? And for women, sometimes...
She went through that phase and she made a bad decision. Live with that. But just to keep on fucking with him and, I'm going to change that book. Live with your decision. It is what it is. You made a bad one. Keep it pushing.
But I think if he's assuming responsibility, he's taking care of little Future. Why not?
Let me ask you, so how many women out here that have kids from other dudes that, and then somebody else stepping in there and they taking care of them, raise them in the manure, and don't change or add that person's name? She's just doing that shit to be messy because she can.
Well, I think it depends on the other person, whether the other person wants to adopt your child or not. Because some people do the name change and adopt a kid and whatnot. So I think it depends on the person in the situation. I don't know. Hold on. Baby Rock, let me read some comments. Mama said Future has 8 baby mamas. Wonder what they saying about him. Tasha said, I don't know. They business enough to speak on it. But he did make a song that he was still hitting that after the marriage. But he could have been trolling. He probably was trolling, girl. Baby Rock, oh, you on here. Auntie said, and trust me, not a fan of Russ, but the men folk be on his neck. Make it make sense. What up, Russ? 1985, okay. No problem. You're in a meeting. He said, I can't join. And he said, yes, he's definitely the cleanup man. I want to go back to that, but let me finish reading these comments, though. I want to go back to that. Super Pat said, this is how guys be fighting over exes. Russ should have talked to Future first. Respect is big in the rap game. How do we know he didn't have a conversation though with Russ? How do we know that?
You don't just overstep and just take something. I mean, you don't do no shit like that. And that man's walking and talking around here like you address him, you sit down and talk to him. If he took the attitude to say, fuck it, you do whatever you want to do, I don't care. Okay, you don't care, I'll do that. But just to do it following up with her, that's some bullshit. I'm telling you.
Oh, God. Let's go back. We're going to go back to this cleanup person, but let me finish. Tasha said, keep his daddy's first name and give him the stepdaddy last name. Oh, that's messy as... No. So, Tasha, he still has Future. He still has Big Future's last name, but they just hyphenated it and put Wilson at the end of it. And Mama said, blood doesn't always make you a father, baby Barack. And my auntie said, right. Tasha said, nobody knows 100% of Future is a deadbeat. He probably don't live his life on social like Ciara do. So he isn't going to post what he do for his children as long as he's doing it. Girl, he has no problem posting if he buying them hoes he be messing with them expensive ass watches. So y'all can miss me with that, girl. Cause as soon as he buy one of them AP, as soon as he buy one of them hoes the AP, it's posted. So yeah, I don't want to hear that. But you can't post your kids.
Let me ask you this. Honestly, if you think he's absolutely doing nothing financially for his son, that shit wouldn't be plastered and posted all over the place.
I mean, I don't think he doesn't do... He might support his son financially, but it's more than financial support. I don't see this man at Little Future's baseball games, none of that.
Right. Right, but that's the stuff that we see just on social media. We
Oh
don't know
no,
the
trust and
difference.
believe. If he was there, it would have got covered.
We don't see the day to day. And then two, you gotta understand too, like if I'm in a situation where it's toxic between my ex and the new dude, I'm gonna try to stay away from that shit too, because I'm gonna wind up doing
But
something
why
crazy
is it got to
myself.
be toxic though? Because Russell don't give me that energy.
I don't know why, but it is. I don't know how they got to this point, but they here now. This is where they at. So with that being said, if the shit is toxic, and I know if I'm bumping to this cat at any time, some shit could jump off, I'll fall back because I know me, and the shit would jump off. You know what I'm saying? So he probably feeling the same way. Future look like he from the streets. He more on that bullshit. He with the smoke. Russ ain't. He's not from that life at all. So you know what I mean. So I give Future props for that because I can understand that. Like, nah, I ain't fucking with that because it ain't nothing that I don't love my son or don't want to be there to support him. But if I gotta come there and fuck this nigga up while I'm there, I
But
ain't trying
what
to
did
support that
Russ
shit.
do? Russell don't even give off that energy. Hold on. Let me finish reading these. He don't even give that energy. Y'all sitting here calling him lame. 1985 say he lame because the beach shirts that he wears. You think this man ain't fitting to flare up on Future? Come on now. He
But you
ain't fitting
don't
to
know.
flare up
That's what
on
I'm
Future.
saying. You don't know over time, and Ciara's pitting them against each other. And he said this, or he might have whatever. That shit is just snowballed into where we at right here. You know what I'm saying? Like they got beef. Russ might fall back and say, I don't know why, but shit like this is why, because you contributing to the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
instead
God.
of letting her talk you into dumb shit like that, I'll be trying to smooth that shit over, especially if you don't want smoke or you ain't that type of dude.
Okay. 1985 said he's the cleanup man and feels insecure about it, so she added his name to make him feel more comfortable about. I don't know about that. Hold on. Mama said he doesn't deserve respect unless he's been there. Super Pad said, I guess he's saying facts to you. Auntie said some of these comments are crazy. Mama said, how do you know it her making the decision? 1985 said any nice guy that's dating a girl who dated a bad boy feels insecure. They usually ask for certain things that make them feel more secure. Hold on, we coming back to that 1985. Auntie said, why was she a pass around? So what is Future, a man whore? And Tasha said maybe the child gravitates to Russ. We coming back. Mama said we all have a past. Doesn't make her a pass around. And Tasha said, and the child wanted this. And Mama said, didn't Future say he doesn't care? In 1985 said he's the cleanup man. Dudes like Russ was invisible to Ciara when she was with Future. He's the cleanup man. I challenge women to get with Russ early and never date Future. He usually y'all usually settle for the Russ when y'all can't make the Future behave. He's a cleanup man. And Mama said my question, does he have a relationship with his son at all? And Tasha said, I love Future music, LOL. It's so hard to separate the artist from the person. No, it isn't. Are you still listening to R. Kelly, girl? I don't listen to Kels no more because every time I listen to Kels, I just think about his pedophile behavior. I'd be like, oh my God, was he talking about a youngin'? Okay, anyway. Mama said, we always want to give the bum a pass. And Mama said, why are we blaming Ciara? Shaking my damn head. Is a Pope 49 said, it's messy and disrespectful. Russ is a clown for allowing this. He married the woman and accepted the kids, but adding his last name is lame and toxic. Okay, we got a conversation.
Exactly that part right there. And heard that mama. All men, we man whores, and
Hey,
that's a
babe.
double standard. Like, we don't get looked down upon because we're a man whore. Hell, you get more props in the Hollywood, or when you're famous, the more chicks you've been with, seems like. It's a double standard because for y'all, you can't be that. You know what I mean? So I get that
But
where
what
you
makes her
come
a
from.
pass around? Because she dated multiple men?
And just like he said, you went for which was really attracted to, which wasn't a nigga like Russ. And then when that shit wasn't working out for you and all of that, then you gonna come back and scoop up a lame ass like him to fix shit up and make your life right.
So
That
people,
shit is so
okay, so
stupid.
people are not entitled to change their mind or their dating preferences. Okay, she tried it because yes, she dated Bow Wow. She dated 50 Cent. What's it? Omari Studham.
That's her
But
attraction to though.
okay, but
That's
because
the
she's
shit is what she's attracted to.
okay,
She
but
just saw
because
this
she was
nigga.
dating these
Oh, that's
people, doesn't mean that she slept with these people. I'm trying to figure out why y'all feel like she's a pass around. To me, a pass around is somebody that sleeps with Helen meant like they passing. What's Scottie Pippen's wife? That hoe is a pass around.
Yeah, that part too.
Larsa. Larsa Pippen. That she a pass around. Ciara never gave me pass around vibes.
Through the history, like I said,
I
the fact that
go ahead.
so you think that them cats didn't hit? You think they ain't smashed?
But if she was dating them, well, okay. They were in relationships. You ain't never heard Ciara out here just all nilly willy with her pum pum.
A nigga like 50. You think he was wasting his time to hold hands and blow kisses with her? Come on, yo. Come on. Keep it real.
I'm just saying, but does that make her a pass around though? Because she dated multiple men.
She had a fair share. We'll just put it like that.
And I don't think Russ is the cleanup guy. I think maybe what we just seen, and I talked about this yesterday, we just seen Summer Walker on the red carpet with her new man, whoever he is.
I heard about that. 70 years old. I was like, wow. I didn't see all of that, but that's crazy too.
And she said F her type. So sometimes
She in it for the bag, and I ain't mad at that. Homie Rich, yeah.
she said F her type, and sometimes you gotta listen. I dated a guy. I told y'all this story about a guy I dated who wasn't my type because I got sick of dating my type. I was like, yo, I'm gonna switch this up. And then he turned out to be an asshole. So I was like, I might as well just date my type if he gonna be an asshole too. So
even with Summer Walker's situation, do you think she would be in this situation if dude didn't have the bread? If he wasn't loaded, if he wasn't rich? He ain't her type.
well,
Her type is
she already said she not dating no broke men. So she already made that clear.
Her type is a rich nigga. It don't matter how
Yeah,
you
she's
look.
already made that clear. She's not. That's what she don't want for her. She dates rich men, and if you ain't got the coins, like the last one she was dating, I knew that wasn't gonna work for too long because it could keep up.
With that being the obvious fact, then she gets what she gets. Like, you know what I mean? That's why she can't expect the nigga with money that's real money gonna respect her because he know that's what she there for.
But guess what? There is gonna. Let me tell you the difference between black men and other races of men. Okay, y'all the only ones that care about being passed arounds. That white man didn't ask Summer Walker probably not near a question about how many men she slept with. You want to know why? Because he doesn't care. He just happy he here with Summer Walker.
Because his old crusty ass was just glad to have some black ass laying in between his sheets.
I'm telling these white men don't care about no body count.
Because again, they just it's a conquer thing in their mentality for them to have one of y'all in their bed. That's all that shit is, and that goes way back. So yeah, they not going to have the same.
They ain't asking them YT women about their body count. Because let me tell you something. I went to high school with YT women. And if you think black women loosey, goosey, and was getting it in, baby, them YT girls didn't have no shame in their game. They was sucking eggplant behind the pool.
But we already know, us as black guys, whatever, we know that from day one. Like,
Yeah, but y'all wife them. That's the crazy thing. Y'all wife them. Y'all don't care about no body count. And the fact that Russ didn't care about a body count, why do y'all keep sitting here talking about that girl's past? Who cares?
No, because she's got him in a position out here looking stupid. He's moving sideways.
I don't feel like he's moving. This man is at every one of Little Future's football games, baseball games.
And that's fine, but it still doesn't give him the right to want to add his name onto his. Fuck that. If the kid gonna grow up and love him, he gonna grow up and love him regardless. If his last name is Wilson or not.
How we know that Little Future didn't want to become a Wilson? Because his other siblings are Wilsons.
Is he 18? There we go. So then, the fuck we talking about? He's not 18. That's because this is some life changing shit right here to put somebody else's name on attached to yours. Like, this ain't a nickname or no shit like that. You drop it or whatever. Like, this is going to be with you forever now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just kind of, stepping on your father's legacy, however good, bad, or whatever it may be. It's still your father's legacy.
But I'm sure he's already calling Russ dad anyway.
Perhaps. But still, again, he's not your fucking father. You're old enough to know, like, that's my dad over there. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep it real. Like, you can still be the stepfather and play your role. Just play your fucking
But what
role.
if Future's not playing his role? Then what?
Don't
You
have nothing to
you
do with
want
that.
Russell to fall back because of another ignorant ass
No, I'm not
ninja?
saying fall back. I'm not saying fall back as far as being a presence in the kid's life. That's fine. You married her. You accepted the
The
fact that she had
responsibilities.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're doing that, and you're doing a great job of that. But to keep on doing extra shit like this is unnecessary, and you know that. A real nigga ain't gonna do shit like that. Like, I take care of him. I love him like mine.
But
You
you're
know,
not adding
not
your name to nobody's
of
birth
age.
certificate.
Exactly. If he gets of age and he decides he wants to carry my last name, then so be it. But as a child, with his father still here and whatever, you don't do that.
All right, let me read some more comments, Baby Rock. Mr. Awesome said 7 kids. He's definitely touring. Ain't he though? Ain't he though? And Tasha said, nah, I don't listen to R. Kelly. I mean, girl, if you do, it's okay. It's certain R. Kelly songs I can listen to, and there's certain ones I'm like, damn. Especially the ones with Aaliyah, because I'm like, damn, he had got a lick. Anyway, Mama said, what does it matter? As you get older in life, we make better decisions. And Mama said he called a better choice, and then, or she got a better choice. Is a Pope 49 said, my mom remarried, but I'll be damned if she would have changed my last name or added, what the F? I'm my daddy child regardless. He was always there. But your dad was there, though, is a Pope 49.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter. That man is still there. He may not be up to par to our standard of being a good father, but obviously he's there. Because if he wasn't, if he was this piss poor, trash, shitty person, that shit would be everywhere. You would see that.
Maybe she doesn't want to maybe she wouldn't, because maybe she doesn't want to badmouth him because she still has a child with him at the end of the day.
This is a form of bad mouthing him right here.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't see it, because again, what?
So you basically, so again, if you're under the perception that he's not stepping up as a man or a father, that's why
I have not seen Future at any of Little Future stuff.
we're not there every day. And
I promise you, if he's posting AP watches,
if they got an issue between each other, they may not need to cross paths like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the part y'all don't get. Like, shit can get real ugly fast. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get yourself in the mix. You don't want your kid to see all of that. But shit can jump off real fucking fast. We don't know, you know, how slighted Future may feel from Russ or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit has been going on for so long, so the beef is real.
And Future started it.
Regardless, the beef is real.
He started it. It didn't have to be beef. He's the one that... Anyway, Tasha said Summer Walker changed the men she usually dates, and it's acceptable. I love Summer Walker. She's a free-spirited. 1985 said, y'all don't want to admit that Future and his man whore ways was Ciara's main turn on. Y'all don't admit the ugly side of y'all desires of the flesh. Future being charismatic and cool was... I just said that. We all go through phases. That's what I meant when I said women, we go through phases. Some of us like bad boys. Some of us like whatever. We go through phases in life. Maybe that was one phase that she went through, and she decided, you know what? Been there, done that, won't do it again. So, again, are we judging people off past mistakes? Are we doing that? Are we doing that? I'm just asking. Mama said, I never hear him call, and good point, I never hear him call Kim Kardashian a pass around. Only black women get that label. Good point.
Shit, Kim is the biggest pass around. What are you saying?
I don't ever hear none of these. I never hear no black men putting them down.
I don't know nobody that holds her in a high regard as something wholesome and pure or anything in fucking between.
She stayed with a black man. No one, and nobody called Kanye West lame when he dated her. He was the cleanup man, no?
It may not have, his peers may not have called, but everybody was looking at him. He's a clown. Like, you, come on, man.
Because if Ciara was a pass around and y'all calling Russ the cleanup man, then what that made Kanye?
But see, that, again, that's that unfortunate double standard.
Why?
Where for us, it ain't going to crucify us. For y'all, it's a different look. You know what I mean? So,
wow. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
You know my voice is up. Thank you, love. Auntie said, to you, mama, exactly. 1985 said, Dee Dee, you got sick of dating your type because your type wouldn't behave, not because you stopped liking him. That's what I'm saying. Okay, you have a point there. I did stop dating my type because I didn't like how they behaved. So I said, let me try something new and see if I get a different result. I got the same end result. So I said, fuck it, I might as well go back to my type. Shit. If I'm going to deal with some BS, I might as well deal with my type. And see, my type wasn't that far removed. I would have never dated a guy like Future. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. So, but that's me. 1985 said, all the baddies I was running around with in my 20s have settled for lame, short, nerdy past. Not because that became their type. That's who they said. You know what, 1985. Listen, I got my type. He's wonderful. People do not believe me when I say my boyfriend's age and how young he is, and I'm like, he's a homebody. He's at home. Anyway, Tasha said black, white, or purple after a certain tax bracket. Your past is irrelevant. Speaking from experience. That's what I'm saying, Tasha. Because what does it matter? What does it matter? And Mama said, what about all these white gold digging women, black men be with? And then Auntie said, but again, when little Future gets 18, he can decide if he wants to change it back. Hey, Joey. Long time no see, friend. And Mama said, it's not permanent. If he doesn't want it, it can be removed. So, hey, Joey. Mama said, I would have never gave him Future's name in the first place. Joey Cake said he misses all of us. Everybody say hello to Joey Cake. You know me. It's a Pope 49 said straight college park toxic. You can take the woman away, but she's still ATL. Damn, how you know that? It's the Pope 49. You act like you be in these streets. It's the Pope 49. You's a married man. You be at home. And Mama said excuses for a man who is not being an involved parent. And Tech said, our community definitely judges all of us men and women all the damn time, Tizzle. And Mama said, so if you can have an abusive man, are you always going to want one? Make it make sense. Good point, Mama. She said, if you always are attracted to abusive men, are you always going to want an abusive man? A man?
No, you may not always want one, but that's what always the fuck you get. Because that's what you know what I mean? Like, it's a magnet. Like, you don't try to get out of here. This is why we always like, well, why'd you stay? He's just, he beat you up. Why you stayed? Or whatever. And they stayed. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Like, it may not be what you want, but it is what you get. You know what I mean? You don't do nothing real different to change that. And if that's all you really can understand, and how can a regular guy show you anything?
Hold on, because 1985 said, yes, we judge people off past mistakes. I'm pretty sure you would not want to be judged off your past mistakes. I'm pretty sure. You don't get to erase the past. Our actions are on our jacket. That's why when you go for a job, they ask for your resume. I get what you're saying. But what does somebody's past have to do with the right now? I don't give a damn if Ciara was a pass around, allegedly, according to some of y'all. Because I work in this business. I ain't never heard about Ciara being passed around. Not ever. She always gave me good girl vibes. From good, even though I thought Goodies was grown when she came out. I said, that sounds too grown for her.
Well, it's not more of her being a pass around. It's just the foul shit that she did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't justify that because you feel like he's not the greatest father or Russ is stepping up right now or whatever. You know what I mean? So what the fuck happens if her and Russ get divorced for 2 years?
But they not, because they've been married like 7+.
We don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know what can happen tomorrow or whatever. So what happens if they do get divorced? Then what? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure he will still be in in Lil Future's life, because he don't give me them type of vibes.
I'm just saying for him to carry this dude's name.
But I gotta go back. If Future is not stepping up to the plate and handling his responsibilities as a man, then
it doesn't matter. It does not matter. That is still his kid. That was, bad decision on her to have a kid with a dude like that. But it's still his kid. You gotta take that.
Even though okay, Baby Rock, what if this man is not doing nothing, not paying no child support, not feeding into this child at all? Do you still feel the same way?
It's still his fucking child. You can't erase that. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that shit go away. You can't undo it. It's still his kid. Regardless if he's the sorriest motherfucker on the planet, that's still his father.
Mr. Austin said, keep your relationships private and out of the spotlight. Facts. Joey, we were talking. This was part 2 conversation. This is a good conversation because it turned into longer. We were supposed to have a whole nother conversation, but that's for tomorrow because I do got a letter from one of our listeners who went to see a guy, paid for her ticket and everything. Paid for her ticket, her flight, and the only thing the guy was supposed to do was pay for the food, but he was being cheap. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. And she wanted some advice on that. But I'm with you. Joey Cakes, we're talking about Ciara and Russell Wilson. Changing Little Future's last name to Wilson. Not really changing, but hyphenating Future's last name with Wilson. A lot of my men on here saying that it was a disrespectful thing that he did. I'm still trying to figure out where the disrespect is coming in. Text at my guy Joey Cakes, Bill Mafia. Great win by Bill Mafia too. I can't say that about the Giants. I can't say that about our Giants though. It's because we got Russ, and don't you? This because we got Russ. Don't y'all say nothing. Russ is a good damn father. Now.
Listen, and Russ fell off football wise when he started fucking with Ciara.
Shut up! Don't you? I knew you was gonna go there with that. I knew you was gonna go there with that.
That man started tanking after he started fucking with her. His shit started going down. He ain't had a decent fucking season yet.
I ain't gonna confirm nor deny. You ain't gonna put that in there. Okay. Mama said, that's not true, baby Barack. I will never be with another abusive man and choose better. Tasha said, if she wanted to change the child's name, why not give him her maiden name versus the husband's name? I don't know. I just think giving the child the husband's name now at his current age is not about the child. So you feel like Tasha, she did it more for Russ to make Russ feel better? Or you think she did it to try to be petty? I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that. Mama said a name change is not that complicated, baby Barack. And Joey said, let me guess. This is about Ciara changing Little Future. Yep, that is exactly what it is about. What up? Got you opening it. I'm going to let you back in. Joey Cake said, Babe said, compared to the rest of the females in the game, she classy. Again, I did not get pass around vibes from Ciara. I've been in this business for a long time. I've never heard that about Ciara.
But I'm not going to even judge her on her past. I'm just talking about this one particular fucking decision that she decided. Like, what made her just wake up one morning and say, oh, shit, I'm going to add Wilson to his last name? Like, you want some bullshit. You was being real petty or whatever. You in your feelings about something or whatever.
Yeah, how you know they didn't have a conversation about it, though, prior to?
Then that should have been the first thing that came out was Future and Ciara agreed to that. The way it's supposed to be presented looks like she.
But that previous information should be only. That previous information only should be between them three.
Yeah.
Right, but you know what my man just posted, that Future just said like he don't care, whatever. So apparently they didn't have that conversation first.
So and what you're saying, apparently they didn't have that conversation. But if he says he don't care, then you asking the question, how much time are you spending with your own child and taking care of your own child that another man is doing it for you?
That part.
Again, my point is still the same. He could be the sorriest motherfucker on the planet. You cannot take away the fact that that's his fucking child.
No. I mean, but at the end of the day, you can't. But if this man is taking care and been taking care of this child, I have other children with this man. Now I want my families to be whole, and now my son is at the age probably questioning. Well, I know who my dad is, I know who my stepdad is, but why do I have why is my name different?
Because I had you first, and then I got married to this nigga. Keep it real. It is what it is.
All right, cool. But then it could be like, well, yo, and he's like, yo, if I'm taking care of him, why not let him have my name? Especially if he's going to adopt him.
And that might be where they're going with it. Or where they already did, or it's already happened.
If that's the case, then this is a question I'm asking because I don't know. So if he wanted to adopt him, would that mean Future have to sign over and give up his rights as a parent? How does that work?
Not necessarily, because if he's not in the picture, it depends, because, George is funny. So if he's not in the picture already, and if let's just say he never signed a birth certificate, even though he's acknowledged he's a father, but he's never been in a picture, then no, he doesn't have to get that permission.
Thank you for putting us on. Got you open ENT.
He got his last name, so I'm assuming he signed the birth certificate because you normally.
Or she could have just went ahead and gave the last name just off of the GP.
Yeah, because I think in certain states, baby Barack, the dad doesn't have to be present to sign the birth certificate.
Right. No. At some point though, before that name is validated in Georgia, your ass got to show up.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Especially if you're getting child support, you going to court in the state of Georgia, definitely.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying even after the kid is first born in Georgia, the mother could go ahead and sign or whatever, but in a certain amount of time, the father got to come in here and sign his name on that shit too, or it ain't working.
Nah, not necessarily because I'm gonna use me. So my daughter, my middle daughter was born here, right? So our mom was being crazy, no, whatever. I didn't sign the birth certificate at first. You know, me being petty, you know what I'm saying? I didn't sign it, but I eventually went and then I signed it. But that day, I was present the whole nine. And then you made me ask me, did you want to sign a birth certificate? I said no.
But you didn't wait a year later.
I didn't wait a year later.
I'm saying, right? It has to be done in a certain amount of time for them to do it.
It has to be within a year. It has to be within 2 years in the state of Georgia.
My thing is just, we as men, as fathers or whatever, all of us, nobody's perfect. Everybody fucks up. Everybody lives up to somebody or below somebody else's standard of thought or whatever.
Indeed.
And at the end of the day, that is still his man. That's his child. Like my man said in the post, the boys are the bloodline.
Yeah, that was it's the Pope 49.
But then when he gets older, he decides, you know what? I want to change my name back to my dad's name.
But then if that's the case, then she should have left that shit alone until he was old enough to make that decision for himself.
But again, we on the outside looking in don't know the full demographics of what went on, all the conversations, or even why. What, he's 9, you say?
I think he's 9 or 10 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, to be like 9, 10 years later, be like, oh, I'm gonna just get to change your name to Wilson now.
I think he really loves Russ. You could tell it. He really loves Russ. Yeah. And I know that doesn't matter, but I mean, you could tell. 1985 said, and when y'all settle for the lame, nerdy 5'5" pastors, y'all don't give him the same level of sex and submissiveness that y'all have future, even though the pastor treats y'all better. How you know this? Tasha said, yeah, it's still Future's child. That's who she chose. Changing his identity doesn't change his DNA.
But she didn't change his identity. His identity is still the same. All she did was change his name. That's it.
And not even changed his whole name. She just hyphenated it.
He just hyphenated it. So he still has it.
Y'all think she did this shit in good faith because she thought she was doing something real?
I think that Russell is the one.
I mean, I've been in the game for a minute. Didi's been in the game for a minute. I've never heard
nothing.
Ciara say anything negative about Russ. I mean, about
Future.
What they went through, how he don't take care of his kid. No, none of that. I've never heard her spill.
She does not disrespect him.
She took that on the chin and kept it pushing.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So that she just woke up and everything's gravy and just said, I'm just going to give it this
I'm just saying, now the conversation becomes like, it could have been him saying, yo, why my last name's different? Why I don't have
right, that's what I said.
It could have been the son saying that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't know. Yo, baby Rock, unless you was a fly and you was on that wall
right.
Man, let me know.
Again, I get it, but to me, it's just about fucking principles, son. You know what I mean?
Like, so what's the principle? If I'm not doing, that's like if me and you got a kid, if I got a kid by Didi and you marry her, right?
Let's hold it like this then. So say like you know, cause I only got one son, but if I had multiple baby mothers.
I got one son too.
Okay, if you have multiple baby mothers, right?
I got two.
Best that you could do to take care of your kid. However, in her mind, that ain't shit. That ain't enough. Whatever, you could do more. Blah blah blah. And then she adds another nigga name to yours. How would you feel?
Okay, but your key word right there was I'm doing the best that I can.
Right.
I will feel some way because I'm doing. I will because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
in his case, like you said, we're not a fly on the wall. We don't know. He may be doing the fucking best that he can because he's a dysfunctional thinking person. He got a bunch of kids out here. He don't know how to really be the father that you and I would have been to each one of our kids. So, with that being said, he may be doing the best that he can in his mind, but it's not enough to her. It don't make
Okay,
sense.
but that's fair. But if you ain't, but come on, man. If you're not spending no time with your child, and
Again,
you,
know what I'm saying, though, we know better. But you talking about somebody that got how many kids, D?
He got 8.
he got 8.
Different baby mothers, and he may feel like the way that he's doing this thing is right. Is what, because that's all he knows. He feel like, yo, this is what a father's supposed to do. Cut a check, show up
No.
whatever. That may be what he thinks because he's never been brought up.
No.
To think anything differently.
All right, but all right. Let's play the advocate here, right? You come from a long line of the Dungeon family, right? You're within the Dungeon family, right? So I know you see brothers that take care of their children in that camp. You know what I'm saying? Even down to Rico Wade.
Do that.
You understand what I'm saying?
If you just a straight
Big boy,
knucklehead,
straight.
but if you a knucklehead that don't see life like that, like I got people right now in my family that you can show them and talk to them and show them, and they still gonna see it the way they want to fucking see it and do it the way they want to do it.
No, wait, hold on.
And I got that too. And
Baby
the
Brock.
ones that act up like that, they last names, they kids ain't got their last names.
Baby Barack, I'm gonna give you one better because when they had this baby, when they had little Future initially, Future was taking this little boy with him everywhere. He was with him. And then when she got with Russ, it was like, okay, where's Future? You didn't see Future. Like I said, I don't remember the last time Future has wished little Future. And not to say that he has to put it on social media, but I don't remember the last time he's done it. And he used to do it. So to me, it seems like Future is a bitter baby daddy. I'm sorry.
And that may very well be the case, but again, we're talking about somebody that may not be all the way there. Don't know the stuff
Got you.
or
You
look at
spinning.
shit the way we look at it in the common sense way first. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe he's being the best father or the best version of a father that he knows how to be.
Right.
And that's not enough to everybody else. So you see what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's
all right.
all I was saying. Like, I mean, what's the definition of a good father? What's the definition of, an involved father? Everybody's going to have a different point of view on that.
So my Carl, we all know who he is. Great provider. Mama was the one that laid down the law and made sure we got up and went to school and did what we were supposed to do. Right. So I get what you're saying because he could be a great provider, but just you're missing that other aspect. So I get what you're saying.
And if he don't know, if he didn't have a father,
got you opening, he had to knock you out
to show him how to be a father when he becomes one, then where is he going to draw that example from?
Right. Let me read some more comments. Isa Pope said the male children carries. You read this. Carries the dad bloodline. Joey Cake said, yeah, hell to the nah. She chose him. I mean, I get she chose him, but still. Mama said, so you're telling me a man who has never been in a child's life deserves to have his kid keep his last name?
Yes, Mama.
Super Pad said, damn, Baby Barack is preaching today. Ciara hurt his career. Was he dating her when he threw that interception in the Super Bowl? I think he was. See, why y'all doing Russ this way? Yeah.
Keeping it real. He fell all the way off the map, son.
He should have stayed with the Becky. Let me stop. Mama said again, blood doesn't make you a father, Baby Barack. Isa Pope said, I love my stepdad, but not changing my last name. I get it. Tasha said, why aren't they protecting little Future's privacy? That's the big question here, regardless of why. That is a good question on why they're not. But I think he's of age now where I'm sure he hears the rumblings and sees it anyway. And Mama said 1985, we know you got some trauma. And Isa Pope said, if I marry Dee Dee, we still leaving the kid's last name the same and explain their family tree. Auntie said, this niece, good today. Sitting here alternating between tickled and pissed. Auntie, I know. And Mama said, Baby Brock, you giving him a pass. he probably a parent of convenience, no longer with the mama, so the kids don't matter. And Tasha said it's also possible that she could be blocking Future to enhance Russ' image, and Future don't give a fuck, don't give a blah 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 to drag her. And you have a good point. Thank you for bringing the other side out. I love when people play devil's advocate on here. I love when people play devil's advocate. Thank you, Tasha.
Because she can see that shit too. Like, come on, son. Y'all can't act like just because, whatever. It is what it is. That's that man kid. She didn't just wake up this morning and, he was a great dad, and felt like, I'm going to fuck him over today and drop this on him. You know what I mean? Like, she was being petty, and she shouldn't have.
Tasha got a point, though. She could be a bitter baby mama. She could be mad about how Future did. I'm not saying one way or the other. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? 1985 said, what we don't talk about is how when a Ciara starts her new happy family, she keeps the child away from Future as much as possible. See, I don't know that to be fact. You can't say stuff. You got to put an alleged on that thing. You can't say stuff because I don't know that to be true, or I don't know if she tried to keep little Future away from Future, but it could be. It's either a bitter baby mama or a bitter baby daddy. It's one of the two. 1985 said to Mama, there is no trauma. I have a great, happy family. I'm just speaking off the knowledge of growing up around it. I'm just about accountability. And Mama said, everyone is talking about this. How the child feels is all that matters, not Future, not Ciara. That's a good final thought right there, Mama. 1985 said, that's what Ciara's prayer is about. Lord, let me please be able to run these streets and make bad choices and have a Russell Wilson waiting for me at the end of the road. You know what? Get off my damn line. 1985. I'm not messing with you no more today. I'm not messing. That ain't what no damn Ciara's prayer is about. And you can't turn, just because you was one way don't mean you can't change your life around. Okay? Because that's why they got church and why folks go, because they sinners, right? So they go into church to get saved, right? So okay then. Yeah. I'm just saying. And Mama said, where are all them other kids he got? I know he got a child with Bow Wow's baby mama. She don't talk about him either. 1985 said most regular non-celeb women never get a Russell. Stop putting that negativity in there. How you know what they get? They could get a Russell, but they don't want a Russell. That's the problem. If you really want to have a conversation, 1985, they could get a Russell. They don't want these Russells because they too busy chasing these toxic ass ninjas like Future.
Exactly, that's his point. That's what he's saying. Like, you ain't thinking about a Russell right there and shit. Now all of a sudden he's the greatest motherfucker on the planet because he stepped up and saved your ass from whatever with your kids. Like, get out of here.
Well, the only reason why I didn't like Russell was because he married that YT woman. Because I said, you remember draft day, that ugly ass pic they had of the both of them. I said, oh my God, Russell.
And again, that's the type of dude he is. You know what I mean? Like, that's him.
So let me ask you one quick question, and then y'all get y'all final thoughts together. Because Russell switched up in the ninth inning. So how come he able to switch up? He went from a Becky to a black chick. How come he able to switch up?
He don't get a pass from me for either none of that shit. I mean, he was a lame when he was fucking with the Becky. But his ball was a little tighter though, so you know what I mean? Like, he was balling when he was with Seattle. He did his thing. So, once he left Becky and got with a sister.
Stop saying that. You know what? I didn't even think about that until you just brought that up. And now I'm over here. I'm in my head calculating like, damn, did she really? Shut up, baby.
His stocks went down. Shit, he complete a fucking 3rd and 10 no more. All that's over. All that's over.
I'm not messing with you today, baby Brock. 1985 said they don't get a Russell because most men of value is not taking that deal. They can do better. That's why they need the guy to be lame and green. Okay, again, and we might have to have this conversation again because I feel like you black men are the only race of men that worry about somebody body count, who they messing with, and because these white men ain't asked. Again, I went to a white high school, and them white girls was them YT women. Okay, from very young was getting it in.
To that, I think like for us, the older you get, that shit it doesn't matter. Because you in your 20s, you ain't trying to run with a chick that got 30 something on her belt or whatever. You know what I mean? But when you get up in age, it's like, who the fuck cares? As long as it still got grip and get wet, we down. What's up?
Okay, because what is we talking about? I don't even think me and boyfriend even had that conversation of body counts. Because what?
Because you realize after a certain age that shit is ridiculous. Like after high school, college years, give a fuck after that. Like people living their life, yo.
Right.
So
All right, let's do some final thoughts, and then get your final thought after I read these comments. Baby Rock, Mama said he didn't save her; she had a career and money. Auntie said Russ got the goodies now. Yeah, he went black. What they say? Once you go black, you never go back. He went black. He never went back.
to the Super Bowl, to the playoffs, or none of that.
You go leave Russ alone. Tasha said my oldest child is rejecting her dad, calling him uh, a sissy boy, and gravitating to my current man. I didn't teach this, and I don't condone this. And it's a struggle making her maintain respect. Oh, that might be a good topic, Tasha. We might have to talk about that. Um, because yeah, how do you now? You guys are divorced now. What that look like for the kids? Mama said, "Baby Rock, I'm side eyeing you." OC, what up? You missed a good one today. Hey, OC. Tasha said this could be a little Future's request, rejecting his dad and leaning into. He might be rejecting his dad. Tasha, girl, you hit some points today, girl. 1985 said, "Us black men, the only one that worry about that. Have you been to India or Asia? LOL. A woman's chastity is everything in other countries around the world. I don't care. I'm in the United States of America for now." And I'm talking about other races of men that are in the United States of America, like YT men. Summer Walker, we know she got bodies. Love you, Summer girl. Okay? I don't care about her bodies. But guess what? She popped out at the VMAs with that white man. You think that white man cared about her body count? I promise you he didn't give a damn about that body count.
His old ass was just glad he could still breathe and get some. Get out of here.
I don't think YT men, they don't care about body count as much as black men focus on body count. I don't feel like that. Again, because their women are, baby, promiscuous. Okay?
Middle school, so they already know that.
So I think in 1985, whenever you get the free time, you can come on here and debate me. I think this is a black man thing. I think you guys, and no disrespect, Leia, I think y'all have a complex when it comes to women and how many people they slept with. Because who cares? We not asking you.
You wouldn't want my answer.
And Mama said, but how she know Tasha? All right, final thoughts. Baby Rock, give me your final thoughts. Oh, see, you missed a good one today. He said, I need me one.
Final thoughts, Russell, don't let your shit get fucked up and get your wig smashed back fucking around with Ciara and that dumb shit. That's my final thought.
He is not gonna confront Future. Russ don't even give them type of vibes. But it be the quiet, nerdy ones you gotta watch out for. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. 1985 said all those bodies make it damn near impossible to pair bond. You can't just erase and unsee all the D's. Again, white men are doing it. Why you can't? Again, them YT women probably got 50, 60, 70 bodies before they leave high school. Okay? Because they having them beer party, bong parties, and they getting it popping. yesterday. Tomorrow we got a good one. So I got a letter from one of our people who needs our help. Flew out to see this guy. The guy did not pay for her to fly out. But the deal was he was supposed to, buy the food and the drinks and, pay for the entertainment when she got there because she went to another state to see this guy. And she knew nothing about the state and the guy didn't have anything planned. And then he was trying to be cheap and take her to Golden Corral and Popeyes for dates. She tried to set things up like a comedy club, and he never responded, and even sent him like a restaurant. He never responded. So she's asking how should she proceed with this guy? Should she continue to date him or just kick him by the wayside? So that's tomorrow. What you think? Look, I see your face already, babe. You like, the red flags, the red flags. Yeah, she might have dodged a bullet, but we'll get into it tomorrow. You guys, baby Barack, I'm just trying to get all this stuff worked out, baby Barack. I'm coming to see you though.
That's cool. Like I said, whenever we there.
Yeah.
Whenever.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Peace. Thank you, baby Barack.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Twitchily. See y'all later. I appreciate you. Mr. Awesome, as always.